And then there's the girls who are willingly participating. Or there's the girls that are coming in there, let's say in the short shorts or the bati riders.
Yes, they're getting a free show. These guys are getting a free show.
It's ladies' night, what? It must be Angie on the mic. The butter pea, honey, got the sugar, got the spice. Roll the L tight, keep the rhymes right, yo. I just made this motherfucker.
Okay, girls, you know, having girls that match each other's flag.
Right.
But also girls going into the club.
Yeah.
And let's say, you know, whether they got it or don't got it. But, you know, running a bit of game and having dudes at the, you know, the bar and the VIP coming out of pocket. And
see, that's a fly girl thing. Like,
right.
That's a fly girl thing. And like girls who have girls that are fly around them know those movements.
Right. So they don't necessarily gotta ask.
They don't gotta ask. Like,
right.
if you roll with people that match your fly, it like they know. There's certain codes, there's certain girl behavior, there's certain things that you guys have in common. There's certain experiences that you have in common that certain people won't have in common with you because they never experienced it. You know what I'm saying? So like, you're hanging with someone who's not necessarily matching your fly, and they see you're getting all these benefits or you're getting attention, and it can make that person feel some type of way, and they're gonna hate on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you want that energy?
Yeah, exactly. I get that point. Now, what about the girls who, let's say, maybe fly, maybe not. You know, we're gonna talk about like what's the definition of a fly chick. But what about the chicks that are going to the club? You know that they may not necessarily got it, but they're like dependent. Like, yo, you know what? We're gonna go to the club, even though money's tight right now. We're gonna go to the club, and we're gonna get these niggas to buy us drinks. We're gonna get these niggas to ball out on us tonight. What about those chicks? Is it the same?
I mean, this is like, for me, it's like, I look at it like this. You shouldn't be in the club if you ain't got no money.
Facts.
Right? But some girls have a good time with the challenge. There's some girls that go in there like, we're gonna go in there and just pimp this entire situation, run have a good time, and no one's getting a number.
Right.
We're not going home with nobody.
Right.
Thanks for the drink. Don't talk to me again. Like, leave me alone. And it's like, they're just there to have a good time, right?
Got you. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they're in the club and they're like, yo, you know what? We ain't spending nothing tonight. These niggas gonna pay for everything. And what do you feel about that?
It's not tricking if you got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you feeling bummy because they ain't there to have fun, like, it's just fun. Like, some people go to the club to find love, right? Which I think is not really smart.
There's many different reasons why people go to the club.
People go to the club to find love, but I don't think that's really smart. It's not really a place to find your life partner.
Right.
So it's like, it's just all fun and games. Like, to me, you go in there, like, you look and these girls get dressed up, they look nice, you're getting a free show anyway, so it's like...
Facts. So I mean, in that regard, like you said, it ain't tricking if you got it. But there are a lot of, you know, it depends how you look at things from what perspective, right?
Okay, I want to hear your perspective.
To some people, tricking is tricking.
My thing is, it's like, there's nothing worse than a bummy bitch who just goes down there and just be out straight begging.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's different when someone just like is being courteous and is being a gentleman and wants to just, hey, come join us or have this or whatever, and you're like, you're looking at them like, okay, you look like I can hang out with you.
Yeah.
You never know, you can curate friendships from the situations, right?
100%.
You know, so it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm coming to just like abuse the situation. It's more so like, sometimes it's like, girls just have the benefit of that. There's ladies, and like, girls get the benefit of coming in free before 11. Girls like, it's all there to attract women. Guys are just the vessels girls are just the vessels to attract the guys who are there to spend the money.
Right.
And there's girls that come in there with their money, and I got homies that come in and we just sit on there and buy bottles and we enjoy ourselves too. And sometimes we don't even want to be bothered or heckled by any guy, because there's power in having your own shit too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just want to go in there and you don't want to be set up to come in and have someone take care of you one day, because you have to be stuck by that person the entire night. And if you're not feeling them, it's mad annoying. You're like, oh my god, that's my obligation. I don't want to hear.
Do you necessarily have to be stuck by them, or you just...
No, but I think I naturally, just out of just like common courtesy. You know, you're going there with someone. If you're going there with someone, you're not gonna just leave them hanging. Like, it's not respectful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you have your own shit together and you do your thing on your own, you don't have to be hitched up with nobody. And the same thing with a guy that buys you a drink. Just because he buys you a drink doesn't mean you have to be hitched up with him for the night. Like, she doesn't owe you shit, dog.
Well, this is dope. This is dope because we did watch this movie Hustlers the other day.
True.
And we seen how the ladies were in there finessing, and for many different reasons and in many different ways. So you see to the extreme that females can go.
Yeah.
With this, right? So fellas, be careful out there. But just on a day-to-day perspective, I think that men generally, when they're in the club, they do see a fly group of females. It's like, yeah, come on over. They're probably there kicking it with their boys or their, their homies or whatever, and they're like, okay, you know what, come on over. They want the female companionship or company during the time that they're there, right? You're buying bottles. There's only so much you can drink in the club. You know what I mean? If you,
really sick. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Unless you're trying to get super lit, so you're gonna want to get the place turned up and party with the ladies. I get that. For me personally, it's like being able to differentiate. You know what I mean? Is this woman just using me for my money at this moment? And okay, whether it's tricking or not, am I being used? Am I being taken advantage of?
It's just liquor. It's just liquor.
Am I being hustled?
It's just liquor.
But then at that point, I'm gonna bring my lady friends out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring my homegirls out. I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, we turn it up tonight.
Yeah.
You don't gotta worry about nothing.
That's perfectly fine.
That's how we doing it.
That's
but
perfectly fine. But some girls come in there to finesse.
Right.
They're like, yo, I'm only coming there with my ID.
Right.
Maybe $20, maybe.
And then it's like,
and just finesse the entire night.
Right, they're finessing, and then some fellas too, some guys, they'll play the game too, because they're like, okay, we're gonna play this game. I'm gonna buy you a couple drinks. I'm gonna try to get your name. I'm gonna try to get your number, and that might lead to some communication, some form of communication, or it may not.
It's all about managing expectations.
Very true.
I think some people think that the transaction is going to result in something more intimate.
Yeah.
And that right there is when the game is wrong. Like,
right.
Like, it's just fun and games. Like, at the end of the day, you just...
It's 2019. I think men should know, or the men out there should know, like, you can't be buying drinks and expecting that girl to slide with you after the club.
But they do.
Yeah, then that's like, bro, we ain't in the 80s, and even back then, that was kind of taboo, you know what I'm saying?
They do.
But they lived in a party era, in the drug era. That's okay, that's 70s.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah. It's good.
Yo. But you see what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
Like, what I'm saying is, like, the male expectation. So they think that, like, loosening up a girl, like, greasing her up, they think, say, yo, she gotta run it.
Yeah, and it's like a double-edged sword. It's like a double-edged sword, because dudes are doing it for their purposes.
Exactly, and girls are doing it for their own. So it's like, but girls are like, yo, come here. I'm like, I'm gonna use these things. I'm not gonna give up my damn thing today.
Right.
So it's almost like a power play.
It's a power play. So what about the dudes that are actually doing this, right? They're like, yo, you know what? We balling out tonight. We're buying straight Henny tonight, and the girls who are maybe not accustomed to being around, that excess amount of alcohol, or they're not susceptible to, like, being that lit, and then someone kicking some game in the air. Are those dudes around for doing what they do?
I mean, I think if two people that are adults catch a vibe, I think, and it's appropriate, and I think no one's, like, taking advantage of one another, and people are both willing participants, whatever happens is between those two.
Consenting adults.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
But setting those intentions, though, like leaving the crib and being like, yo, listen, man, we're going to the club tonight. We're looking for the girls who maybe not running game, not who don't, because those girls, they can, like, be like, I can tell those girls got their own, they're strong, independent females, but they're like, let's think about it. In the wild, you're looking for the weakest prey.
Sure.
Right? In the wild, looking for the weakest prey.
Yes.
Right? So a dude might be like, okay, that girl Quinn, she's hot. She's like top of the food chain out here, but that girl over there,
Sheila over there,
she's kind of cute, but she's weak. She ain't got much people with her, or she got a couple people with her, and she's standing around. She don't look like she knows whether or not she's coming or going. And they're like, yo, they're going out intentionally looking for the weakest prey and saying, of course they want to keep it consensual, but
yeah, they're like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think is a double-edged sword. Like I said, there's people, like, regardless of whatever the intention is when you go in the club, I think I said at the end of the day, if it's two people that are willing participants, it's cool. But like, that's the power play. Like, girls are gonna use their power. Girls who know their power are gonna use their power, and they're gonna use it to benefit them. And guys that know their power, whether you get it through financial means, their financial access. Some guys, they come into the club to grab attention. They want magnet. They want to draw that attention, that power. They want to be standing on top of the couches. Right. They want to have 2 bottles in their hand. They want to be pouring it in two girls' mouths. There's some guys that are looking for that gravitation and that sort of attention, right?
That gravitational pull, right? And then there's the girls who are willingly participating. Or there's the girls that are coming in there, let's say in the short shorts or the bati riders.
Yes, they're getting a free show. These guys are getting a free show.
And get a free show?
A free show!
I'm not gonna elaborate on that right now. I'm not gonna get into all that right now.
Oh my God.
But I'm not gonna do that.
Let's say something, yo. You gotta say something.
Listen. And they're gonna be there twerking and
it's a free show,
right? And a lot of them might be willing to do something strange for some change, right? Yes. It might be a free show, but I mean, some women can be out here getting free sex, free dick from guys. So but that's how you look at it.
Yeah, but it's all consensual. Like at the end of the day, if the free sex or free dick is on the menu and they're down for it, then that's okay, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just more so like what the intention behind it is.
So, okay, so with that being said, right? So, guys getting a free show, right? Okay, you could say that. Now, is it?
It's ladies' night,
right? So, is it, or are the girls giving a free show?
It's a mixture of both.
Right? Because
it's using that power.
Because there's girls out there that's actually in the strip club, doing the damn thing, getting paid.
Absolutely.
And then they're looking at the other girl like, yo, what are you in here doing? You out here dancing for drinks? Like, what are you doing?
Use your brain.
Yeah, are you crazy?
Use your brain.
Right? I do, like, you know what I mean? And they're looking at them like, look at these hoes. Like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the value of liquor is what it's subjective on the person's payroll. True. So, like, if you're looking at it like, yo, I don't got it, this liquor gonna mean a whole lot to you. Whereas like if you got it, it's like this is just freaking dirty water. And
you can be looking at it like they gonna piss it out anyway.
Yeah, and it's like I'm just here to have a good time, right? And then like it just really depends. I think really depends on the perspective of the person. Like that's why I said if a girl comes in there with the intention just to like have a good time and say I'm not spending a freaking thing because I'm gonna use my power to my advantage, like good for you.
All right, so that's good for the
Use your power.
Yeah, so if you got it, you better flaunt it.
Use your power, like God gave it to you. God gave it to you. Get it how you live. Do how it go. Like you can't help it that you bad. Like you can't help it.
You know what? I'm not saying that I disagree with you, right?
And people want to throw you free shit. It's not your fault.
I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm just saying it's like also too. You gotta think about like the dudes that do it and they step out the crib. It's like I feel like it might be a little bit. It might be a little bit taboo, where it's like, okay, you know what? I got these hundreds. You know what I'm saying? And they're going out there and they're like, yo, we're looking for the weakest.
See how they're looking for prey, and I think at the end of the day, it's like it's all about how you use your power. It's all about how you use your power,
right? Not abuse it, right?
Yeah, like the fact is like if you're actively looking for someone who's to be victimized,
let's keep it a buck. That's how a lot of ugly dudes. Let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? That's how a lot of ugly dudes
snatch up the bad ones.
Yeah, snatch up some bad ones.
Right?
You know what I mean? That's
what I'm saying.
And that's how you have a lot of some unwanted pregnancies and stuff like that.
Like attracts like.
Right? Big facts. You know what I'm saying? So
some butto girl.
It's like a double-edged sword. So I guess it's all perspective. It's all how you look at it. And This is Venus versus Mars. This is the battle of the sexes.
Absolutely. It's that energy, boy.
Right.
Like, I really want to know what y'all perspective is on this because, like, I'm like, this is so funny to me.
Yeah. I mean, and you know what's crazy because, Quinn and I have a lot of things under the sun that we could talk about that we're going to talk about. But this is something that we're just rapping about. Like, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?
Right.
And I like it, man.
This is generally how we talk. This is how him and I rap.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I mean, anything else you want to add?
No. But make sure you watch Out the Box VLOGCAST.
Up, you know the vibe.